Good morning, everybody. Today, our topic is blood. Look at this board. Today's topic, blood. Open page 111 of your textbook. Now, what is blood? Blood is a body fluid, usually red in color, in human and other animals, that carries nutrients and oxygen. O2 means oxygen, to the cells of all organs and transports waste product away from those same cells. Now, why blood is a body fluid? Because major constituent of blood is water, and that is called plasma. Hence, blood is called body fluid, usually red in color. Color of the blood is red, usually in all vertebrates, due to the presence of hemoglobin in blood. And one thing you should note, do you know earthworm? Did you see earthworm? Earthworm is not a vertebrate. It is an invertebrate. Blood, but its blood is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. So this is all about the definition of blood. Next question. The next question is blood a tissue? Look at this board. Next issue or question, is blood a tissue? Yes, blood is a type of liquid connective tissue. So, here is 2 points. One is blood is liquid, and second, blood is a type of connective tissue. Now, first point, why is it fluid? Means why blood is fluid? I told earlier, major constituent or component of blood is water, which is called plasma. 55% of blood is plasma. Hence, blood is fluid. And why blood is called connective tissue? Because blood connects organs. How? Blood delivers nutrients and oxygens to the cells of all organs, and at the same time, blood carries metabolic waste product away from those cells of various organs. Hence, as blood connects different organs and communicates between different organs, so it is a connective tissue. Hence, blood is a fluid connective tissue. Next, let us see constituent of blood or component of blood. Look at the board. Constituent of blood or component of blood. it is divided into two parts. One is called plasma and another is called blood cells. Plasma, it is about 55% of total volume of blood, and blood cells 45% of total blood volume. And now see, this plasma, we know it is fluid in nature. I told you earlier this point. And let us see the components of plasma. One, water, solid materials, and gases. Major part of plasma is water. It is about 92% of plasma is water, and 7.5% is solid materials, and 0.5% gases. Mostly oxygen, O2 means oxygen, CO2 means carbon dioxide, and very small amount of nitrogen. Now, these solid component or materials may be divided into two parts: organic materials and inorganic materials. Organic materials are divided again into protein, lipid, sugar. Two important plasma proteins are albumin and fibrinogen. Lipid means cholesterol is present in blood, and sugar. And these inorganic components, different types of salt present within the plasma. Now look at here. Blood cells or blood corpuscles. It is divided into three major components. One, RBC, full from red blood cells or red blood corpuscles. RBC is also called erythrocyte, erythrocyte. Then WBC, that is white blood cells or white blood corpuscles. WBC is also called leukocytes, and then platelets. So this is all about constituent or component of blood. Do you follow? Next is platelet or thrombocyte. Look at the board. Platelet, it is also called thrombocyte. So platelet or thrombocyte. Here is a diagram of platelets. They have no specific shape and size, and they are without nucleus. Now range 1,50,000 to 4,50,000 per microliter of blood. Now, function of platelets. Number one, help in coagulation of blood. That is blood clotting. Now, what is this? Say you got an injury in any region of your body. Secondly, after getting an injury, blood vessels of that region will damage. And when blood vessels will damage, then platelets will rush to the site of injury and form a plug or clot, and hence bleeding is stopped. Look at the board. If a blood vessel wall becomes damaged, then platelets will rush to the site of the injury and form a plug or clot, and thus bleeding is stopped. So these are all about platelets or thrombocytes. Next slide. Now RBC or red blood cells. Look at the board. Red blood corpuscle or erythrocyte or RBC. I told you earlier that full form of RBC is red blood corpuscle or red blood cell, and RBC is also called erythrocyte. And here is a diagram of RBC. Main point here, see, there is no nucleus in RBC. One thing you should remember, in a case of human, and not only in human, in case of all mammals, RBC does not possess nucleus. That is, RBC is without nucleus. But in case of frog, RBC is with nucleus. Here there is a difference between blood of mammals and amphibia. Now again, the normal RBC range in a case of men, it is about 5 million cells per microliter, and in case of women it is 4.5 million cells per microliter. Now what is microliter? Microliter is 1 millionth of liter. Now function of RBC. Number one, carries oxygen. O2 means oxygen, carries oxygen from lung to cells. And second function, carries carbon dioxide from cells to lungs. So these two are functions of red blood cells. So these are all about the red blood corpuscle or erythrocyte or RBC. Next, we shall discuss about WBC, that is white blood cell or white blood corpuscle or leukocyte. Look at this board. Different types of WBC. These are all WBC or white blood cells or white blood corpuscles or leukocyte. See, there are 5 types of WBC. 1. Neutrophil, 2. Basophil, 3. eosinophil, 4. monocyte, and 5th one is lymphocyte. One thing you should note, in case of neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil, these are nucleus. As we know, white blood cell possesses nucleus, and in case of neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil, cytoplasm contains granules. So these are granulocytes. I mean, neutrophil, basophil, and eosinophil are granulocytes. But here, see, in case of monocyte, this is nucleus. In case of lymphocyte, this is nucleus. But within the cytoplasm, there is no granules. So, monocyte and lymphocyte, these two are agranulocyte, that is without cytoplasm, without granules. Now, range. Normal range of WBC 4,500 to 10,000 per microliter of blood. Now, function of WBC. 1. Engulf bacteria, fungus, and other microorganisms. Engulf means eat. Engulf or eat bacteria, fungus, and other microorganisms. Number 2. Play a vital role in general immune response. And third, produce antibody. So these are the functions of WBC, and these are all about WBC or white blood cell or white blood corpuscles or leukocytes. Okay, next slide. Now open page number 112 of your textbook and listen to me. At the end of page number 112, there is a chart. Fill in the chart. There is a chart with 3 columns. Column 1 at left hand side, number 1, eye discharge. Column number 2, what do you see? Column number 3, there is written, when do you see? That means, in case of number 1, that is eye discharge, where do you see eye discharge? When do you see eye discharge? In case of number 2, that is pus, where do you see pus? When do you see pus? In case of number 3, that is mucus discharge, means where do you see mucus discharge? When do you see mucus discharge? Okay. Now look at page number 113. How does the body use different types of discharge to protect itself? Complete the following chart from the event below. For our convenience, give number. Give number 1 for eye discharge, give number 2 for pus, and give number 3 for mucus discharge. Now see below the chart. In case of number 1, that is eye discharge, at middle, microbes penetrate through the membrane of the eye. That is, in case of eye discharge, first point, microbes penetrate through the membrane of the eye. Next, the microbes may be killed by the antimicrobial substances present in tears, and then the dead microbes accumulate in the corner of the eye. In case of number 2, that is pus, follow boils and cuts in the body allow microbes to enter the body. Next point, the WBC in the blood destroys the microbes. Next, a substance looking like white fluid comes out through the skin. Now, in case of number 3, mucus discharge, first point, the microbes enter the nose, then mucus discharge is created, and then the microbes are confined to it. So now we can understand that our body has many protective systems other than blood to kill microbes. When the bacteria enters the body through the eyes, nose, or through a cut or bruising, there are different mechanisms like blood to kill the microbes. Now, next part, do you know what mechanisms are there to destroy microbes present in water or food? What is the possible route of these microbes? Arrange the items properly. Within bracket, esophagus, stomach, oral cavity. Proper arrangement will be like this. Number 1, oral cavity. Number 2, esophagus. And number 3, stomach. Where does the food stay for less time? Number 1, oral cavity, and then number 2, esophagus. What kills the microbes in these parts of the body? Number 1, lysosome in the saliva, a chemical that can kill microbes. And number 2, hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Correct one is number 1, that is lysozyme in the saliva. Okay. Next day we shall continue. Thank you.